Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Coffee Talks. Today we are here at Godaam Coffee Co with the owner himself, Pinak Mehta. So please tell us a little bit about this.
Hi. So basically, we do really good coffees and really amazing food.
So tell me what's the story behind this.
Well, I was not so much into coffee before, but through few friends of mine, I got to know coffee. But I wouldn't drink black coffee before because it was too bitter for me.
Yeah.
So I started with little milk, little sugar, and slowly I started reducing the milk, reducing the sugar, and I came to a point where I used to have a black coffee or an americano. So that's where it started, and then over the years of my traveling and everything, I used to try different kind of coffees at different places and everything, in different countries, different states.
I understand that you've traveled Europe and
Yes.
America.
Yeah.
Lot of
America,
places.
not the America, like not United States of America, but Canada.
Ha.
Yeah. But I have traveled to Scandinavian countries. So
Wow.
basically, Scandinavian countries is where the maximum number of coffee consumption is there.
I'm mad about coffee.
Yeah. So as compared to India, they have like way a lot of coffees over there. So yeah, and through this whole journey, as part of my travel, I had traveled to Pondicherry, and I happened to visit the Max Cafe over there as a customer,
Ha.
and that's where I got to know about specialty coffee. I like earlier setup which they had their cafe and their roastery in the same premises. So I was curious. I went. I saw the whole process of roasting, the cafe, everything, and say within 8 months I was back there to do a course with them.
Oh.
So
That was quick.
within about 8 months I was back there to do a course with them. So I did a course with them. Then I did a course with the Coffee Board of India, and then I realized I need to know more, study more about specialty coffee. So I traveled to London and I did some specialty coffee courses over there.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a great experience and got
Huge
to know-
learning curve, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
huge learning curve, and more than that, there was a lot of inspiration which I got by my visit over there. So visiting different cafes, different roasteries over there. So there was this one place called Scarlet Coffee Roasters. So they had like a
Part of it.
small cafe and a
Achha.
roaster together, and it's run by a woman.
खाली आहे का ते असं?
खाली नाहीये,
बट ग्राउंड फ्लोअर वर
ग्राउंड फ्लोर वरती आहे. ग्राउंड फ्लोर वरती त्यांचा कॅफे एक 4
व्हेरी व्हेरी मिनिमल असं
Yeah, yeah.
डिझाईन करते ना.
हम्म.
हा, and I've heard of it.
या
भारी आहे. So as we all know की black coffee
Yes.
is an acquired taste. असं पटकन there are very few people who actually love it, but if you go to specialty coffee, you'll very soon fall in love with the coffee.
Absolutely, 100%. So, like we have just opened, but when we had soft launched, I had some friends come over, and for them, their usual coffee order would be a cappuccino or a latte or something. So they were having their cappuccinos and a latte, and I was just brewing some coffee for myself.
Okay.
And I would just give them like a sip of a taste. Okay, I was just making a pour over for myself, and I would give them a sip just to taste. And after tasting the coffee, they realized that why are we having a cappuccino or a latte when a pour over coffee, which is a black coffee, can be so great
So good, right.
and so flavorful. Like the coffee you are having right now, like people have a misconception that black coffees are bitter. Okay, but you just tell me, is there a bitter note in this one? मी लोकांना सांगतो म्हणजे poured over coffee, if it's a good coffee, it's like sherbet.
खरंच otherwise because काय होतं people are like stuck on very opinionated views of coffee, like espresso something नाही यार कडू असं मला नको होते. Most of my friends are like नाही कडू कुठे पितो यार तू. Like you come and try it.
Exactly. So for me, I wouldn't say कि there is Nescoffee is a bad coffee or certain coffee is a bad coffee. See, everyone has their choices.
Right.
Everyone has their situations. Not everyone. Like there are days where I like really need the coffee, but I'm too bored to
Right.
pour over
Quick
or whatever it is. So for me, like maybe David of instant coffee is good. So somewhere hidden in my house is a David
Yeah,
of
yeah,
instant
yeah.
coffee, apart from all the other coffees. So I wouldn't judge anyone for the kind of coffee they like.
Hmm.
All I would like to do is make people aware that what is available,
Hmm.
and let them make their own decision based on that.
Absolutely. Because this is such a huge market, and people are, I think, according to me, people only know only 10% of it. They have not
Absolutely.
tried the coffee. They are like, they judge
Absolutely.
them by the package. Ki, like, they're like, okay, this is 700 rupees for 200 a gram. Why would I buy that?
Absolutely.
It's not that. There is so much behind it.
No,
that
see, the
they
thing
don't
is
know.
like in India, what has happened is that we Indians, we always like to have the best at the least
हाँ.
possible rate. But काय झालेलं आहे की in the whole process to keep the rates low,
हाँ.
we are being given very bad quality, which is
I
not
don't-
right. Which is not right. So I just wish that people are aware that there is good quality things available,
Exactly.
and whoever wants to try it out, whoever wants to try the experience, should go for it.
Actually, they see, according to me, they should go for it. And किती वेळ ते cappuccino latte किती वेळ करणार? Because there comes a point कि even the cappuccino guy is like, यार नहीं चाहिए मेरे को आज. I want something different, you know. So if they try a specialty coffee or a different brewing technique altogether, and provided the barista has executed it well,
See,
it's a whole different ballgame.
let me just first explain what is specialty coffee.
Right.
Okay. Because we are talking so much specialty, people should know
अभी समझो क्या है?
what exactly is specialty coffee. So I'll keep it brief.
Brief.
I won't like get into the details of it. But so when it comes to specialty coffee, there are parameters which has to be followed right from the growing to the brewing part. So there are different phases. So there's growing, then there is harvesting, then there is post-harvest process, then there is it's storage, then roasting, and then brewing. So at all these stages, all the parameters has to be matched, and there is very small margin of error in any of these. So this is basically what is specialty coffee. So even like if someone has fantastic green beans but doesn't know how to roast, you spoil the coffee. Like you have beans which are worth, like imported beans are worth 2,000, 3,000 rupees a kg in India, but they don't know how to roast it. You're spoiling it. So it's
Literally. So, what would you suggest? Like, if someone is coming to your cafe for the very first time, what's your A game? What are you gonna tell them? Ki what they should try this and they might like it.
See, it's very difficult to ask someone to try a black coffee just on the very first instant. So basically, my approach usually is that if that person, I would ask the preference for the person.
Okay.
So what is their preference, and according to their preference, I would suggest something. So that's the
See the
approach.
difference.
Yeah.
Most cafes we go to higher price wale price. This is why this place is specialty coffee. Okay. So I understand there was an Aeropress championship
Yes,
here.
yes.
So please tell us a little bit more about that. Because I want to know ki why here and why you opted for it.
Well, basically, Aeropress is a coffee brewing equipment which is quite versatile and quite easy to use also.
Upar hai, you should try and come.
Yeah.
Very
And the Aeropress Championship is like any other sporting event. It's like Olympics. So there's like Pune level, then national level,
Right.
and then the national winner goes to international.
International.
And so it's a chain. Like it happens every year. So last year also it was there in Pune. That last year was the first year, and I had participated then. But although I couldn't go ahead from there, but it was a great experience. Seeing the whole community coming together.
Actually.
So basically, when I'm going to have my own cafe, that's when I had decided
Abhi
last
plan
year
ho
only. Last year only. Matlab, so this year I told the organizers, irrespective of the fact, it's happening here, and I made sure that it happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the Aeropress Championship, and see the idea behind this or the whole space is to create a community around coffee. So the way I have designed the space, it can be used as a casual co-working space.
Right.
We have a conference room which people can rent out. There's a small cabin where people can do their Zoom calls, interviews, whatever it is. With that, we have a workshop area where actually I am going to give like coffee knowledges. Okay, we are going to conduct coffee workshops. So that's the fourth part. And apart from all of this thing, like right now where we are sitting, is my stage area.
Yeah.
So it can double up as like a normal seating area, but it can be used as a stage also. So we can have like stand-ups or a small band performing out here. We can have like book readings. So there are multiple use of this space.
One place, okay.
Yeah. So we have even hosted some pottery workshops here. We intend to host some art and craft workshops also. So it's like a multiple.
So
event
truly building a community around
yes,
coffee.
Yes, coffee and good food.
So I've tried the food. The hummus is like too good.
So with the food also, it's the same approach. I want people to have a good experience, or at least experience what good quality food is. So like the breads which we use are good quality. They're not like
They're
white
in-house,
bread.
right? Like most of the
Almost
like,
in-house. Almost in-house.
Yes.
Like we don't bake it here. We bake it somewhere else. But we have control like how the breads are baked.
Okay.
Yeah, but desserts are all made here in-house. All our desserts are made in-house.
Important part. Take a note. क्योंकि dessert पे तो सबका दिल आता है. And I've tried the cheesecake is amazing. Baked तो था ना तो?
Classic New York cheesecake.
Proper.
Yes.
And like it's good. मतलब hogging so much like सब उधर ही अटके थे पता है पर workshop
on the coffee day, international coffee day.
Yes. So we did celebrate the international.
Yeah, we
coffee
hosted
day.
an event over here for International Coffee Day, just for the same reason, building a community around the coffee, and and did a little bit of demonstration of whatever options we have of brewings over here.
So tell me about your brewing methods. Like which all brewing methods you have.
So we have about 4 to 5 different brewing methods available right now. So there's all the classics like V60 is there. Then there is Chemex.
We are drinking that. Right?
Yeah, this is brewed in Chemex. So we have V60, we have Chemex, we have Aeropress, we have Kalita, which comes from Japan.
Right.
Then we have Origami, that's another one which comes from Japan. All of them very old brewing methods. Aeropress, out of all of this, is comparatively a very, very new brewing method. Kalita, rest of them are pretty old. Then we even have a vacuum siphon, which is very rare to have. So yeah, all of this are there.
That's for your Instagram. Huh? If you put vacuum siphon ka post, everyone will be like, bro, kya hai?
So vacuums, like not only vacuum siphon, a lot of these Chemex, all of these, they all look like a science experiment. So I always tell people that probably some scientist just wanted to have a really, really good coffee. So that's why they invented all these things. कोई scientist ही रहेगा बोले यार इसमें कॉफी अच्छा नहीं बनता है मेरे को अच्छा बनाना है. So the vacuum siphon is also looks like a scientific experiment. So yeah, these things are there, and of course the classic French press is also there.
I understand you have very experienced and knowledgeable barista also.
Yeah, of course.
Because that plays a huge part. People, if you don't know, good coffee with less knowledgeable barista and doesn't know how to execute coffee well, it's gonna ruin it like anything. And we know कि कितना मेहनत जाता है. At least like वो जो आपके सामने कॉफी का बैग आता है ना 400-500 लोगों का तो कम से कम मेहनत रहेगा ना उसमें.
I know मिनिमम रहता है मतलब farmers जो रहते हैं farmers absolutely मतलब these berries, the coffee berries are handpicked because the right berries has to be picked, like it has to be ripe. if it's a raw berry, then the whole taste changes. There are some things are there.
इंडियामध्ये फार असं फ्लॅट फार्म्स नाही आहेत.
No, so basically Indian coffees are shade grown coffee.
Right.
Because that's how it has been always. Because the coffee plant, they can't survive too much of heat. So that's why Indian coffees are shade grown coffees. They are always on the slopes.
Right. So that's why that machines cannot be used to pick the cherries.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
in some foreign countries में कि
Yes.
इंडियाला बहुत
नाही पण ते कसं आहे की
लांब लांब फार्म असतो.
हा पण त्याच्यामध्ये पण कसं आहे की कमर्शियलला हरकत येत नाही.
बरोबर.
कारण की जेव्हा मतलब विच एव्हर ट्रीज यू सी, म्हणजे आंब्याचं झाड असेल तर असं नाही की सगळे आंबे पिकलेले एका टायमालाच
Correct,
आहे. काही
थोडेसे,
कच्चे असेल, काही आहे. तर-
floaters.
हा फ्लोटर एक्झॅक्टली. सो बेसिकली इन कॉफी ते जे असतं ते कमर्शियलला चालतं, पण when it comes to स्पेशालिटी ते चालत नाही
आय
तसं.
थिंक त्याचं काहीतरी 6 डिफेक्ट्स काहीतरी अलाउड असतात.
हा हा.
I could be wrong.
Yes,
You are the expert
no,
on that.
This is like too much of details. Like,
अरे but my followers are, see, if you're not a coffee geek, you shouldn't be in the coffee game. ऐसा मेरे को लगता है कि otherwise क्या है ना, if you see,
no. So I would say that if you just want to try something new, just come and try it out. Okay, and then you decide if you want to get into more details of it or not. Simple as that.
but see,
Just for the
places-
experience.
What I love about your place is like there are many people who put up cafes but don't really have the heart for it. Okay, कि नाही मला सगळं परफेक्टच पाहिजे. कि like अभी now also while you were coming down, you could have very nicely walked up down ना, but you also asked the customer, like sorry guest.
Yeah.
तुमच्या भाषेमध्ये guest असतं ना, how's the food and everything. So you want to go to a place where you are respected along with the hospitality. Okay, irrespective of the cost of anything. So that is what I actually admire about your place.
For me, the most important thing is giving the customers, the guest, the right kind of experience.
Ha.
Okay, for me that's the most important thing.
Correct.
Because I am not from the hospitality industry. I was not from the hospitality
But
industry.
you know a lot.
I've learned it.
Ha.
Yeah, I've learned it on the job. I've learned it on the job. So it's about in 2019. That's my journey started off. Coffee and hospitality together.
Okay.
So both the things I learned on the job.
Ha.
So and that's when I realized, and why it's even more easier for me to realize that what's right and what's wrong.
Okay, bro.
No, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Is because I was a customer once. Like I was on the other side once.
Ha.
So I used to go to different places, and and I used to observe that this is what is lacking.
Okay.
So out of all those pointers, or out of my experiences,
पूरा
and
formula
bad,
बनाया है.
yeah, good and bad. I'm not saying that I have 100% perfected everything, but I try to
Getting
do my
there.
best. No, I try to do my best, and it's always a learning experience. So yeah.
So this is the funny and the most very interesting part of coffee journey. Anyone's coffee journey. Your learning never stops.
Absolutely.
कधीच नाही
100%. 100%. मला अजून काही कोर्सेस करायला जायचं आहे. Right now it's just that because my cafe has just started.
Sheet courses.
My cafe has just started. I don't have the time, and मध्ये करोनामुळे मी ट्रॅव्हल करू शकलो नाही.
Okay.
पण I want to learn more.
You are SCA certified, right? According to my
There's this different stages of it.
Okay.
So I am partially there, like so final of an SCA certificate is when you get a diploma.
Oh.
So right now I'm almost like halfway there. I need to do a couple of courses more, and after that I will get my diploma.
So can you tell us like how many number of courses you have done? You don't need to go in the details.
Yeah.
So we'll understand ki where this is coming from.
So I have done total 5 courses. One is Introduction to Coffee, and 4 of them is into 4 different modules. But I've done them intermediate levels. Yeah.
Because before this video, we did a cupping session upstairs, and his knowledge was off the charts. because he also had some few techniques that I didn't know existed. So
You're being generous.
I know,
You are
I'm
just
honest.
being generous.
I know.
I am just a new person in this field.
Ah.
There are so many of them in India who are doing pretty well, and someone like So I don't say that I know it all. I just say that I try to
Do justice to it, right?
Yeah, implement what I've learned. I could be wrong at times also. No one's perfect.
Pretty much that. Perfect. चांगलं आहे. So I like your whole ambience you got going here. So what I like is there is enough partition आणि मी ते दाखवणार आहे. कळलं का? इधर वीडियो में दाखवणार आहे. आता दोन ट्राई सोची झूम करके देखो बस.
नहीं दिखेगा भी नहीं zoom करके अभी यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं दिखेगा.
So there is a space for every occasion. Yeah. Okay. Suppose if you want to date, there are places इकडे 2-3 जागा मी बघितल्या.
नाही त्याच्यासाठी नाही एकदम.
अरे, upstairs is so
upstairs
cute.
is fine. Upstairs is fine.
So
not the.
No, I meant upstairs.
Don't give ideas to people, okay?
हाँ ना यार, incidentally I did.
यही create problems for me.
ऊपर there is a very cute place where you can sit with your date, have a good food and good time, okay, and actually enjoy the whole experience. Okay, so why you come to a specialty coffee shop is to get that experience. नहीं तो coffee सही करना मिलते हैं, okay, but if you approach the baristas here, if you approach the owner here, then they'll have so much knowledge to give about this. Okay, you talk to him about any coffee, he'll tell you in detail. So that's what you expect from a specialty coffee shop. So I urge all of you to actually check this place out, and please follow them on Instagram.
Yeah.
And tag them.
Yeah, it's Godaam Coffee Co.
हाँ.
So please follow us. Come visit us. Try and have an experience of specialty coffee. And sir, please don't oversell.
कायम नाही.
Yeah, you come judge it for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Give it a try and let us know. कसं आहे काय आहे काय. Okay. Alright. So
Alright.
with this note, I'm gonna finish my coffee because I'm tempted because it's a really fancy coffee. Okay. Alright. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.